Hi, this is Mrs. Knopf, and today we're going to continue in our method book on the alto saxophone with line 8 quarter attack. But before we actually get into that, I want to show you a little something that I think is really cool about this method book. At the top of every page or every other page as it's needed, there is a fingering chart that is dedicated only to the notes on those pages. So that's something that you can refer to while you're playing. If you've got your own book and it's printed up, um, that makes things a lot easier, in my opinion. So we are going to look at this first. So we have our first note, which is D, and in parentheses it says concert F. So if you are in a band class with other instruments and it's not just alto saxes, your band director might say, all right, let's play a concert F. And you have to think, what does that mean for me? Because concert F is not your F. So concert F is your D. And this shows you where it is on the staff. It's on the fourth line. And then it shows you what keys to press to make that sound. So we have our octave key. That's this funky little shape right here, and it's colored in. Your octave key is on the back of your saxophone right here. And then these top three circles that are colored in represent the top notes or the top keys that you play with your left hand. 1, 2, 3. All of those are pressed down. And then this line just represents, hey, we're separating the left hand from the right hand. So the bottom three circles that are colored in are these keys down here, 1, 2, 3, and they are all pressed down to play the D on the fourth line. Then we have our C. C is concert E flat. So you're going backwards 2 letters in the musical alphabet. If your band director says concert E flat, you have to think E flat, I go back D, I go back one more, C. That's my note. And C for you is on the third space, and the only key that you press is the second key with the middle finger. And then we have our B. B is concert D. So again, if your band director says, let's play concert D, you have to go backwards 2 in the alphabet. So D, backwards 1 is C, backwards 2 is B. And your B is on the third line of the treble clef staff, and you only press the first key with your first finger, and that is the B. And of course, hopefully you have figured out as you're playing, the lower the note is on the staff, the lower the sound. So now we're going to apply this to line 8 quarter attack, but I'm going to scroll so you can see the music. Okay, so we start at the beginning. We have our treble clef because that's what saxes read. And then we have a time signature, sorry. Our time signature is 4/4 time. The top number tells us how many beats are in every measure. The bottom number tells us the value of the whole note or the whole rest. And we don't have any whole notes, but we do have whole rests, and they get 4 beats. So half of a whole is a half, and half of 4 is 2. So if we had any half notes or half rests, they would get 2 beats. Then half of a half is a quarter, half of 2 is 1. So all of these quarter notes that we have, they are colored in. They have the note head, they have the stem, but instead of having no color whatsoever, it's filled in, and that's what makes it a quarter note. We have 4 of those in the first measure, and they're all D. Then we have 4 beats of rest, so that's a whole rest. That gives us lots of time to look ahead to see that we change to C. And we have 4 C's in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then on the next line, excuse me, we have a whole rest, which gives you lots of time to look ahead and see that you change to B. 4 of them. B, 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 B. Then we rest for 4 counts again, and that gives you time to look ahead and see that you are back up to the fourth line D, and you play 4 of those, 1 beat each. So I'm going to go through and play this. I have a metronome set to 76 beats per minute. And when you play, make sure that you use the tip of the tongue and the tip of the reed to make a t sound to start each note. So you've got air behind it, and your tongue interrupts that air stream, and that's how we get our initial sound. So I'm going to play through this. You can listen this time, and then you can always go back and rewatch this video and play it with me on the second time around, or you can try it now. But here we go. 1, 2, ready. Look ahead. C. Look ahead. B. And that is it for line 8 quarter attack. I hope this was helpful, and we'll see you next time.